Hi guys, welcome to Weekly Weird News, and this episode is lovingly sponsored by Squarespace. And of course, we'll tell you about them later in the show, but we got another update on that guy who fought and killed a mountain lion. You know him, you love him. If you're in the area, you've probably tried to sleep with him.
Yeah, it's the story that keeps on giving. The saga of the Colorado man who was attacked by a mountain lion while jogging and then proceeded to kill the mountain lion with his bare hands still has some news left in it, despite us thinking that we'd squeezed every last drop of news out of that bone.
It's the new movie pass.
And the latest news comes from the fact that the authorities at the Colorado Department of Parks and Wildlife officially concluded their necropsy of the dead mountain lion this week. And it's official, guys. Travis Kaufman murdered a kitten.
But I already slept with him. How am I gonna live with myself?
I slept with a kitten killer.
The story actually keeps getting lamer and lamer. I mean, a month ago, we all heard about the absolute badass who killed an apex predator with his bare hands, and we understandably pictured a man fighting a full-grown cougar in his own weight class. Full-grown cougars, they're huge, they're scary, and they could easily kill a human if they even wanted to. If they looked at you, dead like that. So it did seem like a truly heroic feat. But then we had to look past the headlines, and it turned out this particular cougar was a juvenile under a year old and likely only weighed around 80 pounds, as opposed to a full-grown cougar that can weigh up to 100 or up to 220 pounds, and also loves Mai Tais.
But then, at the official press conference a week later, when Travis Kaufman revealed himself and his nasty scars from his life and death battle, Colorado Parks and Wildlife dialed down that weight estimate even further, saying the cougar actually weighed just 50 pounds. And now, following the necropsy of the mountain lion's corpse, its weight has been downgraded yet again to somewhere between 35 and 40 pounds.
Well, it hasn't been eating for a couple weeks. Maybe it lost some weight after it died.
Well, the corpse itself was like 25 pounds, but that's because a lot of it got eaten, cannibalized.
See, there you go. Still might be a hero, although at this weight, you'd think he'd just kick it away.
Right. Yeah, they can't be precisely sure about the weight because a lot of its organs were cannibalized by its siblings before the body was found. But they are literally classifying this cougar as a kitten, between 3 and 4 months old, in the official necropsy report.
He's so lucky the mom wasn't there.
Yeah, but he said that at his press conference. Like, as far as I can tell, he didn't lie about anything.
No, he just was like, wow, cool, attention.
It's just very unfortunate that he was framed by the media as this, like, cougar killer, and it turns out not so much.
There needs to be a new term for halfway between hero and milkshake duck.
Yeah.
He's a real root beer float.
This man just wanted a nice jog.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not saying he wasn't in any real danger. He clearly did get some nasty cuts from the incident, but it does change things a bit knowing that the animal he strangled to death was no bigger than your average bulldog. He's still a badass, I'll give him that, just significantly less so.
It just wanted to play.
Yeah.
You look like a ball of yarn.
Ooh.
There certainly are many dogs bigger than this.
Yeah.
But dogs do real damage.
They do, yeah.
They've killed people, babies, and full-grown people.
Even a 3 or 4 month old cougar has some sharp claws, sharp teeth. He got cut up pretty bad.
Obviously very hungry if it's fucking sibling.
He probably could have just thrown it instead of kill it, but then it'll just run back. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you're delaying it. If you didn't just kill it outright and leave, then it's gonna follow you. Then the mom comes around.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways, unless we find out next week the mountain lion was even smaller, or that it wasn't a mountain lion at all and it was actually just a fucking cat, it's probably case closed on Travis Kaufman versus the kitten mountain lion. But we've got more updates for you this week on stories that we've covered in the recent past. For example, remember Women For Cohen? Back in January, we took a deep dive into the news that, according to an IT company hired by Michael Cohen when he was still Donald Trump's consigliere, he'd asked them to not only help rig some internet polls to make Trump seem more popular, but also had them create a Twitter account devoted solely to what a hunk Michael Cohen is. He saw an opportunity and he took it.
Hashtag Pitbull. And to be clear, his was fake. Our multiple Women For Internet Today counts, as far as we can tell.
And gays for Internet Today.
Yeah. Grannies for Internet Today, that's my favorite one. Grannies always like me. Anyway, yeah, at the time, this was not confirmed fully to be true, but it still seemed highly likely to be. For one thing, Michael Cohen readily admitted to paying this specific IT firm to manipulate online polls, though he didn't say anything about Women For Cohen specifically. But also, just looking at Women For Cohen, which is still up, it was pretty clear that what we were seeing was not what's known as organic online content. Sure, it's entirely possible that one woman on this planet Earth finds Michael Cohen attractive enough to tweet solely about him, but it's not likely.
Aside from a few TV appearances, not a lot of people knew who the hell Michael Cohen even was back in the summer and fall of 2016 when this account was active. His biggest claim to fame was going on CNN in August 2016 and awkwardly shouting, "Says who?"
Says who?
Multiple times that a reporter who mentioned the Trump campaign polls number were dropping. So he was a known figure in Donald Trump's inner circle, but outside of the online MAGA sphere, he was a pretty minor character, and certainly not the type of person any sane individual would devote a Twitter account to calling a hunk and a sexy pit bull. He was a errand boy.
Yeah.
He got the coffee.
Yeah, it was very legal.
Very cool.
Very cool. And Michael Cohen, of course, got a lot more famous after the election when he got implicated in various crimes related to that election, mostly involving him making illegal payments on behalf of Trump to various people for various things, specifically for being the guy who paid adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about her sexual affair with presidential candidate Donald J. Trump.
Not even that, he paid with his own money.
Yeah, he never got reimbursed.
So I think in the hearing he was getting checks and he was like, I was just happy to get the checks. Yeah.
God, what a cuck. Anyway, the list of illegal things Michael Cohen did while serving as the current president's personal lawyer is a long list that we're not going to bother covering in full here. But in August, he pleaded guilty to a lot of it, and then in November, he pleaded guilty to even more of it. The stuff from November mainly had to do with the fact that Cohen lied to Congress about the timeline for development of a Trump resort in Moscow. The other stuff was like taxes, illegal payments. It's a lot of crimes.
Yeah.
And he admitted to all of them.
Yeah. Anyways, despite at one time being one of Donald Trump's closest allies and biggest cheerleaders, he's switched sides in recent months, and this week he appeared before the House Oversight Committee to tell his story and answer questions. It was a pretty fascinating hearing, though it really only consisted of Michael Cohen confirming a bunch of things people had already assumed, as well as just calling his former boss of 10 years a racist con-man piece of shit.
He's a very bad man.
Cohen's already going to prison for lying to Congress once before, so it seems unlikely that he would try that with them again, especially because this was under oath, but who knows, anything's possible. Anyways, during the hearing, Cohen was actually asked about the now infamous Women For Cohen Twitter account, which, like among other news stories we've covered, probably not even a lot of people really knew about.
Yeah.
It's not something that, it's one of those passive things that goes by.
Well,
next to bigger
especially
stuff.
with this whole thing.
Well, now when they brought it up here.
There's details that I remember doing whole segments on our show like a year or two ago that I don't even remember until I see them. I'm like, oh yeah, that.
Anyways, let's play the clip of that part.
When you created the fake Twitter account, Women For Cohen, and paid a firm to post tweets like this one. In a world of lies, deception, and fraud, we appreciate this honest guy at Michael Cohen, hashtag TGIF, hashtag handsome, hashtag sexy. Was that done to protect the president?
Yeah, Mr. Jordan, I didn't actually set that up. It was done by a young lady that worked for Red Finch. And during the course of the campaign, which you would know gets somewhat crazy and wild, we were having fun. That's what it was, sir. We were having fun.
Was it done to protect the president?
That was not done to protect the president.
Was it a fake Twitter account?
That was a real Twitter account. It exists.
Did you pay a firm to create this
I didn't
account
pay the
for
firm
Women
to
For
do
Cohen?
that. It was done by a young lady that works for the firm. And again, sir, we were having fun during a stressful time.
The point is, Mr. Cohen, did you lie to protect the president or did you lie to help yourself?
I'm not sure how that helped me, sir.
So there you go. And also, maybe hold on the clapping for Representative Jim Jordan for being the one to raise the question, because he's actually also a total piece of shit in his own way. Just Google it. Anyway, Cohen's answer there actually raises some more questions about Women For Cohen that need answering. Assuming he's telling the truth in order to avoid getting sent to prison twice for lying to Congress, we're a bit perplexed by the idea that the Women For Cohen account was run by an actual woman for free.
Why would a staffer at an IT firm take time out of her day to run a Michael Cohen thirst account for free? I don't know. Now, he says this was for, quote, fun, And he's not wrong about that, I guess, since we've had a ton of fun with it. But we're having a hard time wrapping our heads around the idea that things were stressful and crazy. So we created this fun fake Twitter account that we posted regular updates to for several months.
Yeah, that's not something people do.
Maybe they just thought he was ugly as sin, and they thought it was like an ironic thing.
That could be it. I don't know. People, like, it's hard.
People are weird. So this isn't completely outside the realm of possibility at all.
Yeah, I don't know what people, like, at that level in that particular corner of society do for fun or what makes them laugh.
And I'm just spitballing here. Is like maybe, like I'm saying, there's infinite possibilities in this reality. Maybe the woman who was running it had a crush on him, and he was coming around and spending money. He's the president's lawyer, and it's like, that is probably attractive to someone, and thought that maybe it was a way to get their foot in the door with a potential relationship with him.
Could be. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm literally just like trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, the case is not closed.
No.
We need to know more about this. I have so many fucking questions.
Yeah.
And, they'll probably get answered someday. He is, the whole thing with this hearing that I think a lot of people are missing is that, like, the public hearing was, like, just one aspect of it. Like, he's doing behind closed doors, like, closed sessions with Congress. He did one last week. He's got another one coming up. Like, that's the real, like, that's where the real juice is happening.
Yeah.
The open hearing stuff is, I don't know.
I do want to add that if you any more of this open hearing stuff, because it's been going on for like a year now since I found
it on
Twitch. It's so good with the live chat.
Yeah, Washington Post Twitch.
Yeah.
On the Jeff Bezos Twitch, Jeff Bezos Washington Post Twitch channel.
Jeez.
Synergy.
Yeah.
Anyways, one case that we can close, thanks to the passage of time and no other reason, is Black History Month 2019, because February's over. And this one's sure to go down in history as one of the worst in a long time.
We really failed Black History this year. Not the worst in history.
Not the worst in history, but by a long shot.
We dropped the ball on Black History Month as a nation this year.
We could have spread all this terrible shit out.
And guess what? Fucking Captain Marvel's coming out, and that's getting slammed. And it's Women's History Month.
Oh boy.
We're on the polar opposite timeline that somewhere the wires got crossed.
I'm gonna look up whatever, like, International Donut Day. Well, I'm gonna go down to a donut shop and just take a shit. I'm just gonna ruin all the days.
Yeah.
But yeah, we started this year's Black History Month with Virginia Governor Ralph Northam's medical school yearbook being dug up, revealing that he'd at some point either dressed up in blackface or in Klan robes, or both, or neither. We never got an answer about that question, but we did get Ralph Northam nearly doing a moonwalk during a, otherwise very serious press conference about the blackface.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Okay, so then of course there was Liam Neeson telling a heartfelt story about this one time years back when he briefly contemplated murdering a random black person on the street. Then there was Jussie Smollett, the worst offender probably, deciding to allegedly fake a hate crime in order to somehow raise his acting salary during a month when we're all encouraged to take at least think a little bit harder about our country's history of racism. So great job, Jussie.
Yeah, great job, buddy.
Also, apparently he showed up at like a family gathering the other day in a disguise when he was like walking in public. Fun. Anyways, of course, though, Black History Month is mainly something that affects school curriculums, so there was no shortage of schools completely botching their attempts at teaching the youth about the horrors of slavery and racism, right?
I could make them read, or let's get creative with this lesson. And we previously mentioned one teacher who decided to teach her students about African history by painting her Caucasian skin brown and giving a presentation in character as an African woman. But some other failures in Black History Month education this year include an elementary school in South Carolina taking a group of 5th graders on a trip to a cotton farm where they were made to pick cotton and sing slave songs, and a school in Tennessee that gave 8th graders a homework assignment to pretend their families owned slaves and write up exactly what their household slavery rules would be.
And don't forget Disney bringing Song of the South out of the old vault.
What better time than now?
They didn't do it.
No.
Anyways, there's also the high school in Nashville that labeled all their doors and drinking fountains for whites or coloreds. Yikes. An elementary school in Georgia that asked 2nd grade students to study a historical African-American figure and then give a presentation about them in character. And an elementary school in Virginia that did a runway slave game during PE. Now, to be clear, teaching kids about this stuff is hard. They got a lot of things to take their focus away now.
Yeah, it's a sensitive thing. It's like, there's a reason kids don't learn about like the Holocaust until, you know,
a certain age.
Yeah, it's hard to portray just the absolute horribleness of something to a small child without either terrifying them or giving them the false idea.
You mean they don't have a children's book for Elie Wiesel's Night?
Yeah, real page turner for kids there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, kids read that in like 7th grade or so. Like by that point, you can kind of get it.
Yeah, you can wrap your head around it, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've already played the Call of Duty missions. But still, we can't even imagine how hard it is to teach kids. So whatever. Even the parents who complained about these lessons did it in a more of a yikes way than a how dare you way. Like filling the role of someone that you learned about as a child that young, you don't know that it's wrong.
Right.
So
right.
It's the parents and the teachers who probably made a poor decision with that one.
Yeah.
In each case, though, the schools apologized for not realizing what they were doing could be seen as insensitive. And you know what? Maybe they learned something.
Yeah. I mean, it's not great, but, you know, people make mistakes.
And you learn from them.
You learn from them. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, the fact that some of these things are still going on
Now,
a little weird, but hey, we're all learning.
we're still learning. America is still in high school.
Yeah. One person who doesn't have that excuse of like, you know, being a teacher or whatever is Pamela Northam, wife of Virginia Governor Ralph Northam, because we're coming full circle here. Black History Month 2019 closed out with the news that ever since her husband took office, the First Lady of Virginia has greeted student tours of the state capitol with samples of raw cotton, which she hands to the black students in the groups as she asks them to imagine being enslaved and forced to pick cotton. She would apparently do this for white students too, but it sounds like from multiple eyewitness accounts of this practice, which she did all the time, I guess, she would usually first give the cotton to whichever black students were in the group and like closest to her. And she was also doing this up until last week, meaning that even after her husband's whole blackface controversy, she still thought it was a fun little interactive lesson to teach the kids that were touring the Virginia State Capitol.
Yeah, and
again,
if she's doing it for all the kids, I could see this as like, you know, flying under the radar, or at worst, someone being like, hey, this is, sometimes it comes off a little insensitive because you seem to gravitate towards the black students first. And if it wasn't for all the shit going down in Virginia, it probably would have been like an internal debate and not really like picked up on. But it just adds.
It's just, well, like my biggest takeaway from like a lot of these things is like, there's nothing wrong with picking cotton. People still pick cotton today. That's not what was bad about slavery. The slavery was what was bad about slavery.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was the bad part.
If they were being paid a living wage and could afford it, and
cotton
it's
itself,
a job.
Cotton itself is fine. Like,
there's a lot of hard jobs that require hard work. The actual activity of doing the job isn't the problem.
Yeah.
It's the slavery.
Yeah, if you take away the like being enslaved part, a day out in the cotton field singing songs, what's wrong with that? What were all these slaves complaining about it? It's the slavery that was the bad part.
It's not that sex is bad. Yeah. It's that visiting potential sex trafficked slaves in a jerk shop in Florida when you're the billionaire owner of the Patriots is bad.
Exactly. See?
We get it. Okay, cool.
There you go. There you go.
I think we fucking are way off the point here by now. But
I don't know where we're going.
Let's do a fucking ad read instead. Oh, God. Before we get into headlines, this episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Maybe you'll start a website to teach people history.
Yeah.
Could be.
Share your opinions online with Squarespace.
People have been sharing their opinions online for years. Now it's your turn. Domains, websites, online stores, marketing tools, analytics. Squarespace does all of this, and Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. They've just added a new feature, email campaigns. You'll say more, you'll sell more, and you're gonna stand out in any inbox with Squarespace email campaigns, providing consistent content from website to email, powerful editing tools to make it your own, customizable layouts for any message, and mobile editing so you can send anytime, anywhere.
Squarespace lets you quickly and easily create a beautiful website, whether it's for your business, your art, your products, your ideas, you name it. Everything's optimized for mobile right out of the box. It's got analytics that help you grow in real time. There's nothing to patch or upgrade ever, and they've got 24/7 award-winning customer support. Head over to squarespace.com/weeklyweird for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, Use the offer code weeklyweird, all one word, to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/weeklyweird, offer code weeklyweird.
Yeah, now that the bunch of the Tumblr's down, you could build an art website.
Yeah, with whatever kind of art you like.
As long as it's legal.
Yeah.
But now let's get into headlines, starting with...
A man is facing a felony charge for allegedly placing his testicles on an order of salsa because the customer only tipped 89 cents.
It seems like to me that putting your testicles in salsa wouldn't feel very good to you.
Yeah, it's very sensitive skin. Although I don't know where
The acidity of the salsa would eat away any germs, I would assume. I mean, I'm not a scientist. But...
Yeah. I don't know. Our salsa here is pretty hot. Wherever this happened, it might just be some pico de gallo. Barely spicy at all.
It's probably like in Middle America, it's literally just tomato sauce.
Yeah.
With like some spice.
Yeah, marinara.
Chemical.
Marinara with some lime in it.
Yeah. And also, like, did he come in and he's like, hope you guys like beans in your salsa. And they're like, what? No, I don't like beans in my salsa. Oh,
What?
I put my balls in it.
So this guy, I don't understand this story. This guy posted a video of it on Facebook, and of course
him dipping the dip?
Yeah, like his girlfriend or someone else was driving the deliveries around for one of those delivery services, and he dipped his balls in the container of salsa. But also, it's like you don't get tipped until after you make a delivery on most of these.
Could have been a house
so
that
it's
you
like
go to a lot though. Because I used to deliver pizzas, Chinese food. This is years ago before Postmates. It was like I worked for Domino's in a Chinese place.
Yeah.
But yeah, you would know what houses didn't tip. I mean, obviously we never fucked with them, but
that
like
could be it then. Yeah.
you just go and drop their shit off last.
Because I get like Postmates and Uber Eats way too much, and I don't think I've ever had the same guy twice, which is weird.
Yeah. Well, that's why what I do is I put my balls in any food that I start enjoying.
Just in case.
That way I know what the taste of sweaty balls tastes like on my food.
Right. It's like
It's an acquired taste.
it's just another vaccine. Vaccinate yourself against the shock of eating ball food.
Yeah. Did you want Fremunda cheese with your salsa? No, this is horrifying. It's disgusting. And
Anyway, everyone says I look like that guy,
oh, cool.
but I don't.
I'm gonna dip
I don't
my
look like him,
balls
and-
in it.
I would never do such a thing. And I don't look like him.
No.
Next story. Wild brawl breaks out at Alabama buffet restaurant over crab legs. 2 people arrested.
Well, if it's all you
This-
can eat crab legs, then
This
you gotta
sounds
fight
like an
them.
advertisement.
Yeah, the crab legs are so good, you'll beat the shit out of someone.
You'll
for
get in
it.
a fight over these crab legs.
So damn good. They're thick
'Cause
as hell.
We don't make enough of them to go around. You gotta want these crab legs.
Yeah.
What will you sacrifice to get a taste of that crab?
My arteries because of all the butter.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta butter. Crab by itself, I mean, it's fine. I don't get it. Same with like lobster. I'm like, it's good. Without just drenching it in fucking salty butter, I don't really get like the big deal.
Yeah, but with both crabs and lobster, like, I don't know what part shuts off where I know that the taste is good, but like looking at the creatures,
It's horrifying.
they're disgusting, horrifying looking creatures.
Yeah, people are always
They're
like,
sea spiders.
I would never eat a bug. Ooh.
We're
Then you
carving
eat,
the
like-
meat out of a fucking crustacean or whatever.
Yeah, it's like a giant fucking hell.
It's a rock spider.
Yeah, they're giant bugs.
Delicious though.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, real good. So apparently this buffet has got the best ones in town. Yeah.
You'll fight for these legs.
Well,
Here's one from Florida.
man steals $33,000 in rare coins, uses them in change machines.
Yep, just took him down to the Coinstar, dumped him out. It was literally 33 silver dollars from like 150 years ago.
I figured the
each
machine
worth
would analyze
$1,000.
them. It's like the perfect money laundering.
Yeah. I'll give you 45 bucks for them. I'm running a Coinstar here.
It's amazing that the machine even read them as silver dollars because there's not a lot
Yeah.
of those in circulation.
Yeah, I don't know. It is weird. I don't know, my dad used to collect old currency.
Yeah.
It's a fun hobby. I like looking at it.
I did when I was a kid as well, and then there's just a box somewhere with
Yeah.
probably like $100 worth of coins. in it.
Yeah, I'm sure I have a similar box somewhere.
And when you think about it, like I had some coins that were valuable in the 90s,
Yeah.
and that was 20 years ago, so they've got to be worth more. I mean,
I had a couple rare. I had like a silver dollar from like the late 1800s.
and like we
I think.
said before, based on the commercials that run on Fox News.
Silver, you're gonna need it.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it For
it
currency
can't go any
and
lower.
to keep the smell away. Just rub that silver dollar on your balls.
And werewolves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Melt it down into a bullet.
Yes.
Teen jailed after calling 911 on himself to demand his own arrest for getting drunk at home.
Aw. That's fucking adorable.
I don't know. It's pretty weird.
Aw.
And the story doesn't make sense. So he made the call. The cops were like, "What?" He's like, "No, you got to get down here immediately." Like, fine. They show up. He like runs out with his hands up. He's like, "It was me." And they're like, "Okay, so you made the call. Like, look, go inside. Don't come back out tonight. We'll call it." Like,
No, I deserve to be arrested.
Yeah, that's what happened. He like made them arrest him for it's like the minimum arrest period is 6 hours. So he made them put him in the drunk tank. So I have a theory about this. So either this kid is the lamest kid in the world,
Yeah.
who had a sip of beer and just freaked out about his sin,
Or he got
Or-
actually, yeah.
I think he wanted the rap sheet to make himself seem cooler than he actually
At high
is.
school or something.
Yeah.
Well, now it backfired.
Yeah, I got fucking arrested for
Yeah.
drinking too much.
And I let someone give me a prison tattoo as well.
Yeah, I've been to jail.
Sure, it looks infected.
Girls
but-
love jail guys.
Yeah, and girls love scars.
Yeah.
So I got an infected tattoo.
Yeah.
In my head, the realistic scenario is he was like, I'm gonna get drunk. And he got drunk and like immediately like got depressed and sad at himself and just like,
I should be in jail for
I deserve the punishment.
being a bad friend.
Like he probably thought that his parents and relatives would be proud of him for doing that instead of staying drunk and just like becoming a piece of shit.
so he's virtue signaling.
But himself. He's virtue
Yeah.
signaling himself. Yeah. It's
Well,
a theory.
In either case, a
Yeah.
complete waste of
Time and
police
resources.
services. Yeah. Just a complete and utter waste of emergency services and resources.
Speaking of that, Arizona Town apologizes to 12-year-old reporter for threatening to arrest her. And she wasn't even drunk.
No. This girl's interesting. She's had a news website for years where she like goes around. She's like a character from like a Judy Blume book, which I'm immediately suspicious of, but she seems pretty legit. And she
It's like
just-
that kid that reviews movies.
Yeah, except that kid's annoying as hell. And also probably not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this girl, I don't know. She like whatever town she's in, she's really interested in journalism. Probably wants
Good
to be
for her.
wants to be a journalist when she grows up. She's getting practice in. But yeah, she was like, she went down to some crime scene or whatever, and
a little weird.
I don't know if it was a crime scene, police station, whatever. The police chief in her town in Arizona was like, "You can't do that. I'll arrest you if you stay around here." And she's not only a journalist in the making, she's now a sovereign citizen in the making, because she's just like, "Well, can you tell me what laws I broke?" I'm like, it's actually not a crime for me to film you in public.
Yeah.
She's getting good at it. But yeah, just leave the girl alone. What's your problem, cop?
I always love these because it's just like the police is feeling threatened by a 12-year-old.
Yeah. Well, it's not that they feel physically threatened, it's just that they feel threatened by, I'm not saying all cops, but I'm saying this particular cop and the ones like him feel threatened by just having anyone out there who might be able to say no to their face.
Yeah.
Or like not have to listen to their every word.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. Moving on though.
Harvey Weinstein desperately trying to hire female attorney at a discount.
Let's say 70% of what I paid my previous attorney.
He's literally pitching his case as a huge opportunity.
I don't know about that.
So first of all, he's guilty of everything he's accused of. And secondly, like I would never do those sexist things you said I did. Why I have all these female attorneys. I told him this would be a great opportunity. I'm going to pay you a little less. Obviously I can't pay you as much as I'd pay a male attorney. But they're going to be stars after working with Harvey.
So he's using his privilege to promise women better careers.
Yes,
Again?
he's
Again? We've been through this,
I'm
Harvey.
assuming he's not sexually assaulting them this time.
You would hope.
Because that would be a bad move to do when you're trying to hire an attorney. But yes, it's the same mindset of like, I'm a pretty big deal. You're gonna want to work with me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's certainly something.
Yeah.
Who could have seen that coming?
What a bad person.
World's #1 bridge player suspended after failing a drugs test. What drug could possibly enhance bridge?
I don't think any of them. And also, the things he tested positive for was like, it's embarrassing shit. It was like testosterone and like infertility drugs, which like,
He's trying to get his wife pregnant or something.
yeah, he's trying to like keep his love life alive. I don't think he's a young guy. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, well, these are the banned substances on like the WADA list or whatever. Like, I'm playing bridge. It's bridge.
The people I'm playing against are 80-year-old women from nursing
Yeah,
homes.
If my testosterone goes up, I just sweat more. That's it.
Yeah, it's fucking weird, man. I don't get it. That's
Give him his award back.
Yeah.
They took away all of his bridge awards.
What? No. Build that bridge.
Yeah.
Give that man his awards back and stop. Specifically, and we've said we should have separate sports for like just do all the drugs and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Specifically, bridge needs to be a drug-induced sport.
Bridge, the only things they should be testing for are like amphetamines, cocaine, Adderall, like
Here's what I'm gonna
that
fucking
kind of
say
shit.
about this shit. There is no way that anyone who plays bridge is ever gonna pass this drugs test because they're all on drugs that keep them alive because they're old as fuck.
Exactly.
Everyone's on drugs that plays bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a young man's sport. It's not a sport at all.
It's not.
It's a card game.
I'm calling them out. Every bridge player on earth is on drugs.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
Saw a couple of bridge players over there in the back alley doing what they do.
Anytime I've seen someone playing, I worked in a retirement home. If you're playing bridge, you're having like 3 shot glasses full of pills every day.
Yeah. It's not a game people play because they like it.
People who play bridge shit themselves constantly.
It's a game people play because they can't walk and they're in a room full of other people who also can't walk.
Yeah.
And there's a deck of cards, so let's play bridge.
Sure.
Give the man his awards back.
Next, they're gonna be drug tested for solitaire.
Republican-controlled Idaho Congress rejects bill to end child marriage for those under the age of 16. Why does this keep happening? Why?
If I can't live with
I
my
feel
bride
like
wife in my compound.
I feel like we've done this headline like 5 times in the last year, in different state every time.
It's fucking weird.
And they're like, well, that's like too much big government. I don't want big government telling people what age they gotta be to get married. Like, they're 16. And like old dudes are marrying 15-year-old girls. And it's weird and gross. And
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe there should be laws about
The worst part about it is Idaho is such a beautiful state. The natural beauty of Idaho is
That's a
unmistakable.
great place to get away from society and their laws.
Live as a degenerate.
Yeah.
I guess.
The most beautiful part of Idaho are the child brides.
Didn't say anything about child brides in the 10 Commandments. And in fact, they probably married a lot of fucking 12-year-olds back then.
They absolutely 100% did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good point.
Yeah. Officer fleeing rabid fox shoots himself in the chest. So basically the opposite of the dude from Colorado.
He accidentally shot himself jumping over a fence. But I read this the first time and I thought, like, it was a scene from a zombie show where you're getting chased by the zombies, like, they won't take me alive.
Yeah, screw this.
I'm not gonna be turned into one of them.
Well, if the fox has rabies, so rabies is one of the most horrific ways to die.
Well,
but I would wait till I
yeah.
found out that I had rabies to
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the thing about rabies, so like if he got bit there, he would have been fine. He would have just had to like immediately get treatment for it. But if you get bit by a rabid animal and don't do anything about it, or don't realize you got bit because the biggest carriers are apparently these bats that are like the size of a fucking
just scrape you,
bee.
yeah.
If you don't take care of that in time, you 100% will fucking die.
and it's the most horrifying,
Yeah.
slow, insane
you
death
basically
ever.
turn into The Walking Dead.
There's videos of it online.
Yeah, it's fucking scary.
If you can handle it, I mean, the person is well dead now. It's fucking black and white from like
Yeah,
the
it's
30s
old.
or 40s or something. But yeah, it is real bad, and that's why you get vaccinations.
Yeah.
Because we figured it
Vaccinations.
out. You just get a shot once every couple of years, and you're fine.
Yeah.
Don't even have to worry about those bats.
Look at me. I've only had like 2 or 3 autisms, and I'm still here, kicking.
Yeah, well, this case proves that sometimes, well, I guess I was gonna say like that guns don't kill people, people kill people, but like now fences are attempting to kill people.
Yeah. That fence was acting pretty shady there. I say we bring the fence in for questioning.
Yes.
The fence might be working with the fox.
We don't know.
And finally, some entertainment news.
Sister.
Tamara Mowry drinks sister Tia's breast milk, says it's the best she's ever tried in my life.
Huh. So there's a lot of... Sister. We're dating ourselves again.
And then they got their little brother was a smart guy.
So based on the headline, she's been drinking a lot of different
Sounds like
people's
she's had a variety of breast milks, and she finds that her own, it was not her flavor, but her twin sister's flavor is the best one. She says it has healing properties to drink human breast milk. It's basically stem cells in glass.
Come on.
Glug glug.
Come on.
So that's what those two are up to. Hadn't thought about them in about 10 years, but
10 years?
probably.
Elliot, the 90s were 20 years ago.
No, that can't possibly be true. That would make me 33 years old.
The year is 2009.
Yeah. So, yeah, they're doing great. Just drinking each other's breast milk, which is
It's good to see.
top of the line breast milk.
It's great to see a couple of child actors still successful enough to make headlines about drinking each other's breast milk.
Yeah, you don't see that too often.
Like, you gotta be at least somewhat successful and comfortable in life to go around drinking your sister's breast milk and
Telling the
not,
media.
and not get shamed out of a job
Yeah.
by people going, you're gross, why would you say that?
The Mowry sisters are drinking breast milk now? Might have to check that out.
The person behind the scenes at Twitter is like, trending. They deserve it.
Hey, someone else is into this?
Finally.
It's time to normalize my, weird fetish.
I thought it was only Milk Boy online.
Wait,
Let baby get a taste.
but now there's not gonna be enough milk around for me.
That's true.
Yeah,
Now everyone's gonna be like, we gotta try her sister's breast milk.
yeah.
Yeah. All the milkmaids are gonna be like, well, hold on. I've tried a lot of milk.
Yeah.
I gotta try that milk.
I don't know, I'm a bit of a connoisseur myself.
She should bottle it and sell it.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
Probably can't do it because of regulations.
probably.
And that's why we have them.
Big government.
Anyways, that's it for Weekly Weird News this week. Please check out Squarespace at the link below. Also, hit up the Patreon. Join from the button below the YouTube channel if you want to support the channel. And hey, we hit 150,000 subscribers, unless the news dump video
Briefly.
turned it backwards. But we're used to that anyway
Yeah.
because of the old channel. And pump those numbers up. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And have a great weekend. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye-bye.